Hi, Jess here. While I had this lower timing cover off, I just wanted to show a couple things. The first thing that we'll notice is I had replaced these timing guides. If you have a 1993 or older Vh45, you're going to want to absolutely replace these before you put your motor in your car. The reason being is the older style tension brackets, this part is actually a composite instead of metal, and as they age they get brittle. These crack and then they fall in the actual pan itself, so that can clog the pickup, which can obviously lead to a lot of oiling issues. Now I've already done that on this. It's only been fired up a couple times. The engine is relatively clean for what it is, but unfortunately I don't have the gasket that's up here anymore. Now this part of the head gasket was damaged whenever I actually took apart the timing cover the first go around, and right in the corner right here is where I've actually been getting oil spray. So I'm getting pretty good oil pressure, but the oil is just spraying out of here at a good enough clip, especially on with throttle application, to cause all sorts of problems, all sorts of wetness in the engine bay. But I just wanted to point out, if you have a 1993 or older Vh45 that you're putting in your car, doesn't matter if it's 240 SX or in your 300ZX, you definitely want to get these metal backed timing guides. Now those are available at Performance VH through Eric. He has a pretty good deal on them, and the quality is pretty much OEM. So I would highly recommend him. But also, another thing to note is this is actually your oil pump chain. Now, you'll notice that there's a little slot right here. There's not actually a key that goes in this slot. Instead, this little sprocket right here for the oil pump relies on pressure from the crank pulley in order to make sure that it gets tight enough and spins with the rotation of the engine in order to pump oil through the car. What happens with a lot of people is they spin their engine up, this is not tight enough, and this sprocket cannot actually keep up with the oiling that the car needs. So that's something to make sure that you absolutely have this. I believe it's 275 foot-pounds, which is what is recommended. But if you have like a 3-foot breaker bar, if you can get 90 to 100 foot-pounds off of that torque wrench with a really long breaker bar, you're pretty much right at it. I actually had my wife stand on the brakes inside the car in order to make sure that this was as tight as possible, even with the car in gear, so that I could really get on that thing. So that's something to look for as well. Now, when you go to change these, you're also going to get new chains. That should be pretty simple to change out, and I honestly had no problems doing that when I did my timing chain guide. So anyways, I hope that this helps you guys. And remember, 93 or older, change the timing chains, change the guides. Also, make sure to check down in your oil pan just to make sure that there's not plastic pieces. This one actually had plastic pieces, but it didn't seem to have any oil starvation issues, so I got to it just in time. Anyways, you guys have a great night. Bye.